Okay, today, being a man's week, I'm going to show you guys how to make the perfect steak. Now, there's so many ways to make steak, and this is the way I do it, and I reckon it turns out well every single time. So firstly, you need a good bit of meat. I'm going to talk about that later, because firstly, I want to get this into the pan. Now, I've dried the side with a paper towel, and I'm putting on a lot of salt. The reason for that is once it starts cooking and the juices come out, that salt dilutes and gets throughout all the pan. So the rule of thumb is normally season it like 1.5 times to double the time you would normally. Now I'm just patting that side. That takes off the excess moisture, and I'm going to sprinkle that side with salt as well. You can use sea salt, but really, it doesn't really matter too much. Now, a little bit of oil, you can put it on the steak or into the pan, either. And that pan is very, very hot. Get a nice non-stick, thick bottom pan, and that is the sound you want to hear. Here we go, that's going in, and I am not going to touch it. Keep that heat as high as possible and let that sit and enjoy itself in there. We're searing it, we're making a beautiful crust. Now, if you look inside that pan, you're going to see a few details inside that steak. See the white bits there? Now that's called intermuscular fat. That is what makes steak delicious. It's a natural fat found inside the beef or the cow, and that's going to make everything real nice, melty and tender. And really, the job as a chef is practically done. If you've got a nice thick bit of steak, then what you can do is sear it either side and chuck it into the oven to finish off cooking. A steak that's about 1 inch like this, you can do it all in the pan. Now move that oil around. And this is the beauty of steak. You put it in and you don't move it in the pan, you just let it sit there. And you could probably walk away and actually, there's probably not much you can do when you walk away because you need to come back for maybe 30 seconds. I'm going to show you what has happened so far, okay? Normally I wouldn't do this, but I just want to show you that crust that's starting to form there. See there, that golden brown? That's not brown enough for me. That needs to be dark, dark brown. So I'm going to put it back in there and go let that cook. Now, the recipe and all those tips I've mentioned, if you want to hear them again, are online at facebook.com/Mike's Bites. Time to serve up the steak. Let's reveal it. She's been resting away, eh? Not too bad, eh? Now you can see there's a lot of kind of juice that's left over. That's fine, that's all flavour. We're going to put that into a mushroom sauce. We don't want to waste any of that. And we're going to put that steak onto a nice serving plate.
Bro, that looks so good, man.
And we're going to get the sauce straight over the steak. Do you like steak?
I love steak.
Who doesn't like steak, eh? Here we go.
Those mushrooms look so tasty.
Yeah, you like that?
My mouth is drooling.
Well, you can eat this very soon. Recipe online and all the techniques on facebook.com/Mike's Bites. Resting is a very important process. It helps kind of let the meat relax and makes it extra tender. I'm going to make the mushroom sauce. So into, once again, a hot pan, I'm going to add a touch of oil. Oh, that was a touch too much, but it's all right, we'll ignore that. And to that, I'm going to add in some mushrooms. In here, I've got some button and portobello mushrooms, and it's going straight in. Now, what I want to do is get a nice bit of brown coloration on there, and because mushrooms are like 80% water, we want to evaporate that off, hence the hot pan. If you put it into a cold pan, it's just going to steam, and it's going to be an awful mushroomy, watery soup thing. Now, to that, just a teaspoon or two of chopped onions and celery, a little bit of garlic, actually half a teaspoon of garlic, really like garlic, a touch of salt, which is going to help start bringing that, the water out of those mushrooms, and some dry thyme. That's about a pinch there. I'm going to give that a toss, and as you can see, it's starting to brown up already. What we want to do is carry that process on, and to that I'm going to add a little bit of cream and reduce that down, and you'll get a gorgeous creamy mushroom sauce to go with our very manly T-bone steak. Recipe for all of this is online at facebook.com/Mike's Bites, so make sure you give it a go. Please hurry up and subscribe.
Click the subscribe button.
Do it.
Ava, you've been pushing.
No.
Why is it so big? Oh, keep pushing. Just click subscribe. Otherwise, we're going to be here the whole time.
Oh, listen.